Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Bryn Krug, and I'm the lifestyle editor.
And I'm Sarah Rose, the managing editor, and welcome back to The Trend, a Northern Star podcast.
All right, we got some interesting things.
Yes, we do.
We're actually going to talk about another podcast.
Yes.
That's it's more popular than ours. We
Sad,
can't compete.
unfortunately.
We can't compete.
It's too good, apparently.
It's too good. So we're talking about the Talk Tuah podcast with Haliey Welch.
Yes.
And if you don't know who Haliey Welch is, she's more known as Tuah Girl.
Yes.
Which there was a viral street interview that was posted on TikTok, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy was just going up to random people and asking them questions. And she had given an answer that was kind of became a meme.
Yeah.
So she became a meme, and then people have been making jokes about Tuah Girl. Then she just got famous for being in one street interview. But everyone was talking about how she literally moved to LA to was moving to LA to start her life. And everyone was kind of criticizing her
Mm-hmm.
why does she think she's going to market off of this? It's a meme that's going to die. But she started a podcast. It is called the Talk Tuah with Haliey Welch podcast.
Which, I'm not going to lie, is a clever name.
Yeah, Talk Tuah is really good. And it only has 2 episodes, I believe. 2 episodes. And it is number 6 on the Spotify charts for podcasts.
Which is insane. What?
Yeah, the other top one is Joe Rogan. Then it's Clueless. I've never heard of that. Tucker Carlson Show. Candace, which is Candace Owens. The Megyn Kelly Show. I don't know who that is. And then Talk Tuah with Haliey Welch.
No way. 2 episodes, started September 10th, and it's already climbed to the top 10. What do we think about that?
Okay, the description. Okay, this is the description of the podcast. Coming off her unprecedented viral moment in the biggest meme of all time.
That's a stretch. That is a big...
Of all time, Haliey Welch is ready to show the world that she's much more than a 30-second clip, and she's here to stay.
I'm not going to lie. I thought, when I first saw that straight interview clip, I laughed, I chuckled, but the fact that it's blown up is crazy. I remember finding out on Twitter that she moved to LA, got an agent. I'm like, you are an ordinary girl. What?
Yeah.
It's insane.
But, I mean, I've heard her talk about her past a little. She didn't have, a good source of finances. I believe that she, dropped out of college because, she couldn't afford it. So it is, while it seems like a stretch to pursue this, clearly it was a good idea because she's getting successful in it. It was also a good idea because it's what other option would she have? Might as well try to start a hit podcast. Instead of working, I don't know, some minimum wage random job.
Yeah.
Might as well, if she can get her money up.
That's fair. I also, it's ironic because I remember she was on a different podcast a while back. I don't know who it was, but she was talking about how she didn't want to be known as the Tuah Girl. She was like, that's weird. I don't want to be known as that. And then she started a podcast about the Tuah with the name Tuah in it. And if you read there's 2 episodes so far. If you read the titles, they're all talking about Tuah in them. First one, I said Tuah, and now I'm here. Which I assume is her brought up, how she got brought up.
Yeah.
And then, second episode, which was released 3 days ago, I told Granny about Tuah.
Yeah.
Is every episode just going to be talking about the same thing, just in a different context?
I think that's one thing that I will say. I think the success of this is very short term.
That's what I'm saying.
There's actually, in the description, it also say, oh, she's going to have, celebrities on. Each episode of Talk Tuah will feature Haliey with her celebrity counterpart as they sit down for hilarious conversations, deep dives into stardom, and game/segments that will bring out the most candid and completely unfiltered sides of both Haliey and her guests. And it's the first one is with Whitney Cummings.
Who's that?
That's what I was going to say. She may be famous, but I personally have never heard of her.
You said celebrity, and I said, I assume this is going to be maybe TikTok influencers or social media influencer who nobody has heard of.
But the second episode isn't with a celebrity. It's with 3 of her longtime best friends and her granny. So it's also, episode 1 is 55 minutes, and episode 2 is only 25 minutes. So it's like, it seems like she's already running out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
But, so I think it could totally fade into obscurity. But I also think that since it's blown up, I think actual celebrities would want to be on it. And I know she's been posting stuff about, like, Matt Rife. If, like, Matt Rife was on it, if other, like, actual celebrities now want to tune into this, then I could see it gaining popularity because they would have them to kind of carry the show.
That's true. I feel like if she were to get celebrities on it, like Matt Rife, I don't think they would be either A-list or B-list actors. I think maybe they would be actors who, like, we recognize the name but aren't, like, super famous.
Yeah.
Who are, like, just trying to get back on.
Another thing is, like, I would be interested to know how much of the podcast people actually watch.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it has been such a meme, and I've seen TikToks of people being like, oh, them and, like, all their friends, like, oh, stream me into the newest episode of tuah. So it's like, are they people just, like, putting it on as a joke and then not watching it? And that joke isn't, you're not going to jokingly, ironically watch something once a week. Like,
yeah.
That's why it's like maybe the first episode everyone's going to watch.
Yeah.
The second episode, oh my God, it's funny that we're still watching it. By episode 3, no one cares. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to, like, watch the popularity.
Yeah, I'm actually going to track that.
Yeah.
Like, next week, when next week's episode come out, see if it's, if it gets higher than number 6.
It's number 1.
Scream. I'm going to scream.
Oh, my God.
But and it has all good ratings, too.
But one thing that I was thinking of, when people were, like, criticizing her, like, oh, you're going to LA off of, like, one meme, it reminded me of the career of another young woman who had a one-liner meme. Who? And that is Danielle Bregoli, Bad Baby.
Oh,
yeah. She was on, I'm sure you guys all know, but she was on Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
And had a famous line where she said, catch me outside, how about that? And, like, that became a whole huge meme.
Yep.
So she decided to, like, pursue a music career. And I will be the first to say it. I'm a fan. I think her music is good. I listen to Gucci Flip Flop so much.
I will say, for the time, it was a pretty good song. It was fire.
Yeah, like, she has 1 million monthly listeners. Like, the average person isn't still streaming her music. And I don't even think she's releasing new stuff. But it's like, she made her mark on the world.
She did. We all know who she is.
Gucci Flip Flops. Well, the one with Lil Yachty has...
Yeah.
200 million streams. Yeah, so that's 200 million streams. Her other songs also have like over 100 million streams. Like, she did good. So I'm like, when people were criticizing Haliey Welch, being like, oh, you have a one-liner meme and now you're gonna, like, go to LA. Like, it does seem stupid, but clearly it works. And clearly the people are tuning in.
Yeah, for sure. Haliey Welch has fans.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Hey, I'm right here.
No, that's right. Well, guess who has a shirt?
Yeah, I did get a Hawk Tuah related shirt. But it's funny. Okay, because here's what I will say.
Okay.
When the meme first happened, I thought it was, like, the unfunniest thing in the world.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was funny at all. And then everyone, even, like, old heads, like it would be like, you would see, like, 50-year-old men and, like, even 60, like, making jokes about it. It's like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I know people are like, oh, my parents brought it up to me. Like, they saw the video.
Ooh.
Like, so it was very viral. And everyone's like, oh, my God, isn't this crazy? And I was like, it's not that crazy that she said that.
No,
like, she was just a probably very drunk girl on the street and was approached by a camera. Like, she just had her one-liner. But then, like, the second wave hit, and it was, like, memes that were like ironically, oh, isn't this so funny? In the ironic wave was so funny to me.
Funny, yeah.
It was like my whole For You page for a while with just memes about it. Like there, people have like remixed, like made songs into it, and like I think it's so funny. So I got a shirt.
I'm the same way.
Probably not gonna wear it on campus, but it's a good PJ shirt.
For sure.
But I think it's very funny. Basically, like, they're number 6 on Spotify. I hate to break it to you guys, but the Trend isn't number 6 on Spotify. No. Like, I think we need to start switching it up.
Get it on our podcast.
Hi, I'm Haliey Welch. Welcome to the Talk Tuah podcast.
That's insane.
No, I'm Haliey Welch. Welcome to the Trend. We're gonna be talking about a few pop culture topics, and then
you can do it for so long.
No, I feel like it's getting worse. Hi, I'm Haliey Welch. Okay, that's better.
My God.
Oh, guys, we have a special guest today. Haliey Welch. Talk Tuah. This is the Talk Tuah podcast. Anyway, that's all I got, folks. It's an interesting podcast. It's kind of interesting to see her rise to fame.
I can't wait to see her downfall.
Yeah, it's going to be super interesting to like
it's so stupid.
See how short-lived everything is, and I feel like that really speaks to the trend of it all. Like reference, like how quickly things move, especially with like memes and social media.
Yeah.
So we'll have to keep an eye on Miss Haliey Welch.
Oh my God. Okay, our next one is I'm very excited to talk about this. So, the Emmys, the 76 Emmys just happened on September 15th. It happened on Sunday. Again, forgot that it was happening, kind of like the VMAs. But
yeah.
And the Emmys is like huge in a way. For television, it's huge. It's the biggest award show for TV. And I forgot that it was September 15th, or else I would have watched it, because I remember at the beginning of the year, nominations came out, and I was very excited because one of my favorite shows of all time, The Bear, was nominated for a bunch of stuff. And The Bear, if you're not familiar, it stars Jeremy Allen White. He's the main character. The only other thing I know him from is Shameless. I've never seen the show, but he played
Lip Gallagher.
And have you seen Shameless?
I've seen a few episodes and a bunch of clips. So I've seen a bunch of clips. Grasp. But he was also in The Iron Claw, which is an A24 movie that came out last year. Like last January, I believe.
Yeah.
And which is an incredible movie.
Yeah.
And he did a fantastic job. And then Zac Efron is also in it. And he also did, like, his acting was incredible. The whole movie, you'll cry. I sobbed like a baby.
Really? Maybe I need to watch it.
Because do you know kind of what it's about?
We had a past staffer write a review on it, but I forgot it.
Yeah.
But A24 always produces
No, but it's
movies.
Like, it's a heartbreaking movie.
It is. It's sad.
Yeah, it's so sad. But it's, I'm going to get emotional just thinking about it. It's so good, though.
I'll have to look it up later.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeremy Allen White, very famous, very good. And you guys should see The Bear if you haven't already. It basically it's a very intense, dramatic show, heavy on drama, very anxiety-inducing. And it just tells the story of Jeremy Allen White's character, Carmi, and he owns a kitchen, and it follows him and I think like 5 or 6 of his staffers, his chefs, and basically it's just like a behind the scenes kind of like what goes on in their kitchen. And it also has a storyline that follows after his brother's death, which he takes over the kitchen, who he takes over the kitchen for. And it's a lot. It's very emotional. It's very deep. It's very stressful. And it's actually based in Chicago, which is in her backyard. And the restaurant actually exists in Chicago, which I need to visit. So the show means something a little more just because we're right by the city that's based in and filmed in. But anyway, The Bear was nominated for 36 awards, which is insane. And guess how many it won?
I'm looking at it right
Oh,
now.
no.
21.
Surprise you. You should have just said 21 and I would have been like, how'd you know?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not a liar. I am a liar.
No, they sweeped. They won 21 awards, and I follow the Bears like Instagram account, and so Monday morning, my feed was just every single post they did for their winning. I'm like, oh my God, another one, thank you. Another one, thank you. And it was insane. But what's more insane is that this show got nominated in the comedy category. This, I promise you, is not a comedy. And I remember when the nominations came out, I was like, what? Because it's not. And I want to know, I forgot to look it up before, but I want to know the Emmys, like, criteria for where they put shows in a category. Because I don't know how they thought this was a comedy. I need to read, like, the guidelines.
Yeah, on, like, just, like, Google, I assume it's from, like, IMDb. It says, like, genre, comedy drama, psychological drama.
Psychological drama is pretty good.
I haven't watched it. I know, I need to. It's on my list, but I've seen a lot of clips and a lot of edits, so I get the general idea.
Yes. It won in several of the main categories. Like, Jeremy Allen White won for Outstanding Lead Actor. Ayo Edebiri got Outstanding Supporting Actress. It also won for Guest Actor, Supporting Actor, Supporting Actress. It was insane. They won. Oh, they also won like Best Sound Editing, Best Directing. So it's insane. And I'm really glad because The Bear is also unique in the way that it's shot. It's shot very cinematically. And it's beautiful. I've never watched a show the way that The Bear is shot. I love it. So that makes sense. But I'm so happy.
The thing that I saw from it was one of, like, the awards that Jeremy Allen White won.
Yeah.
I saw, like, a clip of him, like, going up to, like, accept it.
Yeah.
And he looked, like, super duper stressed for some reason. Like, he didn't look happy. Which, if you've seen the show, you know, like, his whole character is always, like, stressed. Like,
he's always yelling, cursing.
Yeah.
Every single line is him cursing.
Yeah. Very, very high stress, very intense. So people were saying, like, oh, he's not acting. He's just always that stressed out.
I know. It's so funny. I watched that clip, too. I think he was like very emotional.
Yeah.
And because I saw, and he was like trying to contain it all on stage. Because, I mean, I can't imagine going up on, even as like an actor who's been in the business for a while, I can't imagine going up on stage and like,
I know,
doing a speech. Like, that'd be so.
Yeah. And it would also just be emotional. Because it's like, that's
emotional.
something that not only have you put your hard work into, but you have seen your coworkers and directors and producers and everyone on the cast and crew also put their hard-earned work. So it's like, you know that not only, like, he would know that not only is he winning an award, but all of his friends and coworkers, like, his colleagues are also having that monumental thing, which would feel super important.
And I did read something about that, like, this was also, like, it's always so amazing and emotional for Jeremy Allen White to win these awards like this now, because apparently, I guess he didn't think that people would take him seriously after his big role in Shameless, because he was on a show. Shameless is huge, and I guess he was on a show where, like, most people will always be known for that, and he thought he couldn't have anything outside of that. I was just reading up on that, and so maybe he was feeling a bit of that.
Yeah, it's actually interesting because I used to think of Jeremy Allen White as, like, Lip Gallagher, like his character from Shameless. But now I honestly don't. Like,
I don't either.
Think of him as Jeremy Allen White. Like, I feel like he's definitely more known for The Bear now. Yeah. And, like, when I think of him, like, I forget that he's in Shameless. Like, I forget that that's the same guy. Because, like, they're separate in my mind, which is good for him. Like, he's known for being himself. Yeah. Like, that's awesome.
That is awesome. I would say the same thing, and it's not just because I haven't watched Shameless. Like, I haven't seen it, but I know a lot about it. I never have associated Jeremy Allen White with that. I do with the bear.
And I think being in Shameless and then being so known for the bear.
Yeah.
And then doing Iron Claw also made it like, all right, now he wasn't going into the Iron Claw as the Shameless guy. He was going into it as the bear guy.
Yeah.
And then it's like proving that he has the acting chops and like that range.
Yeah, and because I know like some actors and actresses, like, have you seen The Vampire Diaries?
I have not seen the show. I've seen so many clips and edits, but I know like a lot.
So Nina Dobrev played the main character, Elena Gilbert, on the show, and she really has not done anything after that. That show went on for 8 seasons, though she wasn't in the last 2.
Neither has... I could be wrong, but I feel like Ian Somerhalder and Paul Wesley also haven't.
No, they are still, like, whenever I think of them, their character in the show, like, pops up in my mind. So it's like those actors are always going to be known for The Vampire Diaries. They haven't done anything outstanding, even though they still act. And, like, Paul Wesley and Ian Somerhalder created their own either Scotch or whiskey brand, Brothers Bond.
It's interesting, like, there's such a pipeline from like actor to entrepreneur.
I
didn't know, isn't it George Clooney founded Casamigos? George Clooney and like some other guys, but it's a tequila brand. But I like knew of it as a tequila brand first, and I just thought it was like a regular brand. Like I didn't realize it was a celebrity thing. I think they have sold it, so now it is more of a regular brand. Okay. But like I did not realize it was George Clooney. And then
that's strange.
Yeah, so Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul also have their own brand.
I didn't know that. Wow. Alcohol seems to be very popular choice for people to...
Yeah, they have mezcal. I don't know what that is. I think it's a type of alcohol, but called Dos Hombres. But it was like founded by Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston.
I didn't know that.
It's like so many people like have a big role and then they use that to launch an alcohol career, which is kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
Oh my God. I can't wait for Tuah Tequila.
Oh my God, no. Dude,
I feel like it would be more, I'm trying to think of something good, like Hawk Seltzer.
But, yeah, good job for Jeremy Allen White for just staying relevant and huge and so talented after being on Shameless.
Yeah.
So, we love him.
Good for him. It seems like a good show, so I'm glad it got the sweep it did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our last topic is... just a little TikTok meme that has been flooding my and probably everyone's For You pages. And it's the Henry Danger meme.
With Jace Norman.
Yeah, so Henry Danger is it Disney Channel or is it Nickelodeon?
It's a Nickelodeon show that came out about the same time as like the Thundermans were on air. What other shows were on air?
It came out in 2014.
Yeah. It ran from 2014 to like, I think it had like 5 or 6 seasons.
It has 5 seasons.
5 seasons. Henry Danger ran for a long time.
Yeah, but there's this one scene in this episode where he's like, his little sister has like a photo or something like on her phone that he doesn't want her to see, but her phone is like backing up, so it's like at a certain percentage like waiting to load back up, and so he's like trying to keep an eye on it, so he's like pretending to like make soup in the kitchen, so he's like in the kitchen like looking backwards, so people have made it started with just that scene. People would make edits of that scene, and then memes like
other pictures.
Putting like various text over it.
Yeah.
Here, I have some examples.
Yeah, she does.
It'll just be like the picture of him looking over his shoulder. It's like, me when I hear something, I will most definitely be telling Twin later. Like it's just little jokes like that, or like the looking over.
Funny.
It's the same like scene where he's looking over his shoulder. It's like me when he's going through my phone, but I low key be dissing him on everything.
Now, is there like a audio, like specific audio that's connected to that? Those TikTok videos.
I feel like there are a couple audios,
because I can't.
But it's not like
the songs
I don't know if it's the same one every time.
But no, those are so funny.
But yeah, so then it started with that, and then people have just been editing Henry Danger.
Yeah,
and it started with that scene, but now they make memes literally with every single Henry Danger scene. So it's just it's just little situational things like, oh, me when this happens, and it's just a scene from Henry Danger.
Yeah,
but, I mean, it's fun.
I love when things like this trend, because you know what it reminds me of. Remember the little kid from, I think it was iCarly, where he was being interviewed, the actor.
Oh, are you talking about
I can't.
No, it was Ant Farm. The guy who played Fletcher.
Yes,
I don't remember his name right now.
He had his hands in his pocket. It was like
Jake Short.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Jake Short. And he was like interviewed, and yeah. So then
do you remember that went so viral? This is the same thing.
I love
it.
Like I love customizable memes where it's like, oh, here's just a reaction picture. You can put whatever relatable text, and those are effective as memes because it's like, oh, that reminds me of me, or that reminds me of my friend.
They're always
Boom,
relatable.
You send it to your friend, numbers go up.
I know.
It's how the algorithm works.
I know. But, like, some of the pictures... And Jace Norman, who plays Henry Danger, is, like, young. He's a baby in all of these photos. But they're just pulling out some photos that I've never seen before.
It's so
funny.
Like,
the photos they do for the show. I don't know if they're called press photos, but where it's, like, a white background behind them. Like they're just posing. Like they're in a Hollister ad.
He is in this other... Jace Norman, who plays Henry Danger, is in this other movie called Splitting Atom. It's about this guy who, like,
heard of that.
Clones himself and, like, has a bunch of different clones. But, like, I've seen people make memes out of, like, a scene from that movie, too.
Really?
So now it's, like, it's branching out. Like, it's not even just Henry Danger.
They're gonna
it's,
get
like,
his
all Jason Norman shows. Yeah.
movie and film, movie and TV show list.
But, anyway, it's a fun meme. But let's get into our ranking. This is going to be a hard one.
No, it's not. I already have a ranking in my head.
The 3 is the Talk to a Podcast.
Yes.
But
please.
I think it's in because it's funny. In
an
irony
way. Okay, the irony, because I think it's funny. When I say it's funny, I mean, like, I'm making fun of it because I think it's stupid. But okay, it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
But we can say it's in for Bren.
Yeah.
And her little T-shirt.
I think it's in, but it's gonna be out in a week. Like, it's
That's
definitely
fair.
have a short shelf life.
Yes.
All right, number 2.
They're all in.
Oh, yeah. They're all in, but...
I'm thinking, like, Henry Danger, I feel like, is going to last the longest.
Yeah. The Bear, it's like... Yeah, The Bear, it's good, and it's good for them. But how does it affect us?
Like, I know, like, everyone is over it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, if Their Sleep at the Emmys, like, somehow sped up the season 4 process, I'm going to put it higher, but it's not.
So, second is The Bear Sweep. Good for them. And first...
is our lovely Henry Danger.
Yeah.
We'd love to see it.
Nothing serious, but it makes us laugh.
After that Demure trend, we needed something that was actually good.
We needed a refresher.
Of what real comedy.
Right. Yeah, because it's like the Demure was like every single joke was just the word Demure. But this is like every single post is different.
I know. Literally, it is all different. So
variety is good.
Yes.
But thank you for listening or watching, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.